All right, so now that we've deleted away the schedule items we don't need, we've got everything that's essential. Let's go back to the standard filter and you'll see all that original pre-construction, all those schedule items, they come back. Now, typically the estimator will update the schedule during pre-con, and so we've got this interesting situation here where we want them to keep that schedule up to date, but we don't want to mess with any of their dates with what we're about to do. So there's a critical step here of deleting the link that exists from the milestone mobilization to signed contract schedule item, which is the way it's set up. Now there's no way to see it in list view. The best way to see it would be from the Gantt view. But just so I can show you that you can do it from here, we're going to type in milestone mobilization. We're going to open it. And you can see from here, it is linked to signed contract. So what I could do is select it there and set it to nothing. And then once I hit save, that will break the link. But it's hard to visualize that. So let's go to the Gantt, and this will really show you pretty clearly what's going on. So here you can see that milestone mobilization, basically the start of where a project manager manages the schedule, is tied to signed contract. So you want to break this link. Otherwise, the step we're about to do, we're about to take milestone mobilization and move it 1 year into the future. And so this will obviously get dragged with it. So the best thing you can do is delete it. So this screen will look very similar to the screen we saw earlier, where we can click here, scroll up, select it, save it. You'll see that I just broke that link. So, yep, now there's nothing attached. So that's what happens inside the Gantt view. Let's go back to the list view, because this is probably where you'll break that link. And then we'll go back to the instructions. So we'll have standard filter here. The instructions say to move milestone mobilization, which is this schedule item here, at least 12 months into the future. And it'll be, well, maybe I'll show you why. Right now, if we go to the to-dos, which is our next step, we're going to go clean out the to-dos in a minute, you'll notice that some of these are linked. So anything that has parentheses is linked to a schedule item. So all these to-dos are linked to that specific schedule item. Scope bust, post scope walk or sub walk is linked to subcontractor open house. So what this means is, but you'll notice like here, sewer tap, there's nothing there. It's not linked to anything. Well, you may remember we deleted the schedule item for sewer tap in our previous step. So going through here and trying to fish out all the to-dos that aren't linked to anything is a real pain. So the way around that, we'll go back to the schedule. Right now, all those to-dos were linked to schedule items if you remember. So what we'll do is find that milestone mobilization and we'll move it at least 1 year. Let's make it 2 for good measure into the future. And then we'll go back to that same screen, the to-dos screen, and take another look over there. So let's go back, and now you'll notice we still have these pre-con to-dos linked to schedule items. Well, there's a filter for that. So we'll run our schedule item or to-do scope narrowing. There we go, that's the other half. And then you'll see all those pre-con to-dos are gone. So now what we can do is, let's select 75. Let's scroll all the way down to the bottom. Yep, there's not a single one of these to-dos that's linked to anything. So we'll go ahead and delete it. And we'll repeat that process until we find our first linked to-do. Which will probably show up somewhere on this page. Yep, there it is. So let's do this. Let's go to 50 and see where that puts us. Perfect. All right, delete these. No, don't copy them, delete them. And now all we've got are linked to-dos. See here, everything is, well, this guy got missed. I don't know what that is. And this guy, I'll have to look at that. We've cleared out almost every to-do that's not linked to any schedule items. So there you go. And the next step will be to do the same thing for the selections.